So, in reflection, Ms. Sono gave us a presentation on how Vietnam has reacted to the COVID-19 pandemic. Under the circumstances of COVID-19, Vietnam government decided to use three policies to deal with and help to maintain businesses. The first government policy is expansionary monetary policy. The Vietnamese government believes that by injecting money into the economy, it will boost economic activity by lowering interest rate and creating incentive for workers to work more. However, thus lowering the unemployment rate. However, in my opinion, consumption and investment does not depend most on interest rate. There are other factors as well. A decrease in interest rate might not be effective because the interest rate has already been very low. So this policy might not be as effective. Additionally, during lockdown and social distancing, the demand for manufacturing products decreased due to low labor capacity and high supply costs. As a result, it creates incentive for consumers to only want to fulfill their necessities and not luxurious ones. On the other hand, I believe the government might use expansion fiscal policy. Here, the government would increase their government spending to invest in important infrastructures to deal with at most important situation of lacking COVID hospital to minimize the death of the virus. Secondly, with lowering interest rate, more enterprises will be able to get loans from the bank. However, in order for the banks to stay away from bankruptcy, they have to increase their deposit rate to attract more consumer giving their money into the organization. In the long run, in my opinion, this theory does not work simply because the enterprise still has to pay for the interest rate throughout this pandemic, and the economy still has to go through a social isolation. So this means that the more they borrow from the organization, the more debt they will have in future. This can potentially lead to companies' bankruptcy. However, in this short term, it might be the key for enterprise to help them pay for their essential fees. Furthermore, companies might be reluctant to deposit money into the bank because they don't see many benefits. The interest rate is low and there's binding contract in terms of withdrawal. Therefore, I believe the expectation of expansionary monetary policy will not be effective to save the economy right now. Thirdly, with the last policy that the government agrees to remain the debt level of enterprise and the loan tender. In my knowledge, I see that policy does not make a difference for small businesses in Vietnam, which is the reason why a lot of small businesses is closed immediately. This then affected the whole population of Vietnam GDP since a lot of small businesses from Vietnam rented their shops by contractors. As the result, most contractors have to suffer as they decide between helping others by separating them for free or kicking them out. Either way, they will not receive any money, and overall, it will affect Vietnam economy by leading to a decrease in economic activity.